This is a tropical fruit pavlova roll or a meringue roulade. It's a super easy but extremely impressive summery dessert. For this recipe we'll begin by preheating the oven to 160 degrees Celsius fan. So I'm using a stand mixer today. You can do this with an electric hand whisk as well. But first of all, we want to make sure the bowl is super clean. So I've added a splash of vinegar, or you could use lemon juice, into the bottom. I'm just going to dry that out thoroughly with some kitchen paper. And that just makes sure there is no grease or dirt in there that can stop our egg whites rising nicely. The slightest hint of grease can stop that. And then into the bowl, I'm going to place 4 large egg whites. I've already separated mine here, so I'm just going to place them straight in. If you're using liquid egg whites, you can weigh it out at 120 grams. And then we're going to place it onto the stand mixer with the whisk attachment. And we'll beat those egg whites until soft peaks. And once they reach soft peaks, we're going to gradually add in 250 grams of caster sugar or fine sugar. We're going to do this 1 spoon at a time until it's all fully incorporated, and then we're going to leave it whisking until it reaches stiff peaks and looks nice and glossy. At this stage, we'll stop the mixer, remove the bowl from the stand, and we're going to place in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, followed by 1 teaspoon of white wine vinegar, and then 1 teaspoon of corn flour or cornstarch. And we'll then fold that in using a metal spoon. So that is now our meringue mixture complete. And the next thing to do is to take a baking tray, and we're going to line this with parchment paper. So what I'll do is I'll cut a piece of parchment paper big enough to cover it, and I'll place a little dot of meringue in each corner, and that'll just help stick it into the edges. And then we can place our meringue mixture onto our tray and spread it out nice and thin to fill the full tray. And I'll bake this in the preheated oven for 30 minutes or until it's got a nice crisp crust on top. So this has had half an hour of baking and it's gone nice and crisp on top. So what we're going to do is lay a sheet of parchment paper on top. Then I'm going to place a nice clean cloth over that, and we're going to flip it out and remove the bottom sheet of parchment paper. Place it to one side to cool. While that's cooling, place 500 milliliters of double or heavy cream into a mixing bowl, along with 30 grams of icing or powdered sugar. Then place in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and whip the cream until soft peaks. Next, I've got a selection of fruit. I've got some mango, some kiwi, and some passion fruit. I'm just going to cut the passion fruit in half and remove the insides and place them into a bowl. And then I'm going to peel and slice up the kiwi and peel and slice up the mango. You can do this in any way that you like. And with the fruit all prepped, it's now time to assemble. To assemble, I've got 360 grams of lemon curd. I'm going to keep a little bit back for the top, but I'm going to spread the majority of it over the meringue. This is a shop bought lemon curd. Of course, you can make your own if you like, and I've got recipes on the channel for that if you want to do that. Next, I'm going to place on 2/3 of our cream mixture, again keeping a bit back for the top. I'm going to spread that out as well. Don't worry if it looks a little bit messy, because it's going to get rolled up in the center anyway. Next, I'm going to scatter a couple of spoonfuls of our passion fruit in the center as well, on top of the cream, and then I'm going to roll it up. Use your cloth and parchment paper as your guide and fold over your first section, and then just simply roll it up as best you can until you have a rough cylinder shape. Next, remove the cloth and the parchment paper and then place the remaining cream on the top. I'm then going to use up the rest of the lemon curd, and then I'm going to decorate the top with our sliced fruit. You can do this in any way that you like. This part is really up to your own creativity. I'm finishing it with some mint leaves, of course, for some extra color, but that's it. Our tropical pavlova roll is ready to serve. So there you go, there's my tropical pavlova roll. I hope you enjoy this one. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.